Okay, we're back. Part 2, mostly. Liz will be here shortly. Okay, so, you guys, when we left off, you had just defeated the clockwork creatures that were guarding the portal from Port Nanzaro. You at the top of Firefinger. I should say you were making your way down Firefinger through the traditional methods. You guys are strong and capable and make it to the bottom with no problems.
What about the raptor?
He's able to with ingenuity and a little elbow grease, you're able to help him down as well.
All right.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. So, which brings you to the base of Firefinger, not too far from the river, Tariki.
Did I miss it? Did we find our canoes?
Blackwind, you hid them before, right?
Yes.
Let's see if anybody else found your canoes.
I can't remember what the role was.
Yeah, you're able to locate the hidden canoes. Other than a few vermin who have made them their new home in the bush, which you're able to just kick out real quick. They are none the worse for wear.
Cool. Parking here is great.
Yeah. Firefinger validates your parking. All right. Well, I assume then the plan is to head up towards to try to find Needle's bones based on the map you've got.
Yeah.
So let's.
Now there is no river to really traverse, though. This is just ground. This is just ground travel.
No, you guys are just off. Well, you're a couple of miles off the bank of the Tariki River,
Which is just right here, right?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. It's kind of, you can't really see it, but it's literally like in the, I can't point to it, but it's literally in the corner, like to your left there.
I can see that little bit right there.
Yeah. So the river's right there. So I mean, it would take you guys not long to just head due west to the river. Not, so you could take the river. Is that the plan then? Is to take the river north as best as you can to get towards.
And we're certain that it does kind of travel northward.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. I don't see why we would do anything differently.
Yeah, the river's it's easier travel for us.
Seems easier, seems safer.
Okay.
Aside
So
from flying fish.
So you want to head that way? Is that the plan? That'll get you onto the river?
Yep.
Okay. What kind of speed you guys looking to go at? Normal? Normal would be 2?
Yeah, I think normal should be fine.
Normal's fine. Yeah.
2 on land, 3 if we're on the river.
Is my canoes okay?
Yes.
Woo!
Some critters were living in them.
Did Chance eat them?
Maybe.
What, the canoes?
Yes, Chance ate the canoes. Famished after his journey.
The critters living in them.
Yes, I know.
Chance very quickly developed a distrust of man-created objects.
Little did we know.
Went berserk on the canoes.
Yeah.
He doesn't like water.
Great.
All right. So normal pace is 3 by river. So who's doing what? So who's doing the navigation here?
Probably Blackwind, I would assume.
If I'm doing the foraging, I get advantage.
Like I said, I could just.
I've got a +3 in the navigation, but not great.
All right, yeah, Blackwind, you only get advantage on navigation when we've already been there.
That's right.
Correct.
I can navigate.
Okay.
I'll navigate. Quillen will navigate.
Okay. Archie, you're mapping.
Mapping, and we'll see who needs help.
Okay.
Probably Quillen, but I usually go last just
you know what?
because I'm always myself.
I'm just gonna go down the party sheet. Aelin, what are you doing?
Scouting points of interest.
Scouting points interest. Archie, you'll go last because you're mapping. Blackwind, what are you doing then? Foraging.
Foraging. Yeah.
Okay. Donnaquin, what are you doing?
Does what you got on stuff? Does Blackman on stuff want to use on some fishing tackle, or does he have any?
I have fishing tackle, but
Okay, because I do too.
I have advantage on survival anyway, so unless
Okay.
we need more food.
I will just if you're doing food and stuff like that on stuff that you have fishing tackle on, I can just do what you got. Like, what did Elon? What were you doing?
Scouting for points of interest.
Okay, then I won't do that either. So I'll just what you got.
You could scout for hazards.
Yeah,
We
that's
also
what I'm
have
saying.
more people.
Scout.
So,
Yeah, no, I was just asking. So the first thing I was going to do, and somebody else did, and the next thing I was going to do, somebody else did. So I was trying to figure out. So yeah, hazards is fine. Yep.
foraging might be good to have two people doing it just to get more food because there is so many people.
Well,
We have like 8 people.
Yeah, we do have more people. So Jonah, what are you doing?
I am going to forage for cinderberries.
Okay. Quillen, what are you doing? You're navigating, you said.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll help navigate.
You'll help navigate. Okay. Iku will assist with gathering food. She'll take that suggestion, so you'll have advantage on the roll.
I already have advantage. It's just having an
then she'll just do it again.
Yeah.
And then Undrill will. She has no
Defend?
she has no applicable skills. Yeah, she'll defend. Sure, that sounds good. Yeah, she's not really super good at the whole survival thing. So she'll defend. Yeah, that's good. Okay, we got our rolls. Let's do the navigation. Mr. Quillen.
And I have assistance, right?
Yep.
No, yes, from Archie. Yeah. Good thing, because you rolled a nat 1 on one of your dice. All right. Mapping. Okay, scouting. So let's do hazards and then points of interest. So Donna Quinn was doing hazards.
Yeah. What role is that?
Survival.
It's wisdom survival. Okay. And then scouting for points of interest.
But I don't know what I rolled.
Okay. Undrill will defend. Pew. And then we'll do foraging. So foraging for food, Blackwind.
Nice.
23. Yeah, that's enough. So 1d6 plus wisdom in food and water.
I was just curious when we wrote the Wanderer, it says for myself and up to 5 others with the Wanderer. Is that just automatic, or do you prefer the 1d6? Just curious.
I have no idea what you're talking about, so we'll do the 1d6.
Okay, fair enough.
Because we've done that the whole campaign so far, so.
Yeah.
There you go. Take 9. Feeds the whole party. Iku feels like she's kind of wasting her time here, but she'll try anyways.
She's getting the vegan options.
Yeah. Well, she will. She will find enough food for 11 people.
Holy shit!
So you guys are
eating well tonight.
Yeah, you guys are eating well tonight. There's an abundance of fish. They seem to just swarm. It's almost like you don't even have to catch them. They just hop out of the water.
No more food.
Yeah, you've fished
loved
out the
an
whole
abundance of food.
And let's do foraging for cinderberries. See what you can find. Oh, boo. And then there's no communing or utility, so that brings us to the end. Let's see if everything goes horribly wrong. All right. Ba, 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 ba. Let me help you. Seriously, they still haven't fixed that? Good lord. So,
They
the
haven't
one
done much
thing...
on it lately.
Yeah, they haven't put out an update for a long time.
You ready for bed, sweetheart?
Put you there.
Almost time for bed, okay? It's almost time for bed. Okay? You get changed into a different PJs. Remember that? Change your diaper.
So the river goes north not too long, and then it does start curving kind of northeast. You don't see any... You don't encounter any hazards, but... who's scouting for points of interest? Aelin?
Me.
Aelin, about midday, as you're scouting around, you actually discover a point of interest in this square here.
Hello?
It's in the yellow area.
It looks to you like let me uncover it here. You have deduced very quickly upon moving off the river. There's a couple things that pique your interest. Number one is that it seems to be that there are some remains of what looks to be some sort of like abandoned or destroyed village, just to the northwest of the river. But more than that, you do also discover, and can report back to the party if you like, some landmarks and other things that make you believe Needle's Bones is a lot closer than that map set shows.
Hey!
Ooh, shit.
So if you
Baller
weren't
that you
scouting
rolled
for
well
points of
enough.
interest, you might have gone well past it and had a hell of a time finding it. So good job on the roll, and the fact that you were looking for it right off the bat, because yeah, it seems to be kind of on the everything kind of matches up, and it seems to be in this abandoned, and it's like long abandoned. It seems, this village, like it's like rotting timbers, and like it seemed very poor construction. Probably some sort of primitive tribe, maybe grungs, maybe goblins, who knows, but there's nothing living that you can see when you're scouting. So you would report that back to the party before they move on down the river.
Wait, come back, guys. Oh man.
So if you guys change course, you can make it there today.
It's moving.
Because you went
Yeah.
like 1, 2, and you've got one more. So
Go.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go back to the portal tonight.
Well, I mean,
tomorrow.
yeah.
It's a
Tonight we could do.
You would make it there as the sun was going down.
As we could do this. We can clear this place and get back tonight.
Quillen,
Do it.
I don't know if you have if like time is not a thing.
Birds perceive it differently.
I was say I could fly back. So, not really.
Could you?
No.
Yeah. So any particular method of approach?
By foot.
Got it.
Not by
Do you guys are you gonna leave your canoes at the edge of the river here, or are you gonna take them with you?
Yeah, do you want to hide them again? Blackwing did
Yeah,
such a
I think
good
that's smart.
good
I will
camouflaging job.
hide them
last
just
time.
up from the river a little bit, so
Sure.
pull them
They're
up
not-
on the river,
yeah.
just
Yeah.
because we're definitely looks according to the train we're going in. It's probably the unhealthy jungle.
Well, actually, here's the question: do we think we will go back to the portal and go back to the port, Or do we want to just keep
Well,
traveling?
You guys
the
have
west.
said you were going to make that determination after discovering what was at Needle's Bones.
Yeah.
Last time you talked.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
And honestly,
To be
we
fair,
also
we can
know
come back
that
and grab.
there's probably safer area to camp in that where we just came from in that river. So
Yeah, because this is
where-
technically in undead territory. You can tell because of the way like the plants are slightly wilting. Not like
Because of the
heavy
yellow
undead.
line on the map.
Yeah. You're familiar with the signs of undead territory
When you-
at this point.
When
It's
we
yellow.
look at Archie's map and she's drawn all these yellow lines, we're just like,
Yeah.
Archie, what does this mean? And she's like, I don't know. I think it means.
Why don't you just stop drawing the yellow?
Oh my god, we've
Duh.
cracked it.
Yeah. Yeah. I would
Am
say
I
just-
God?
it'll be easier to, because if once we're done with this place, we're probably gonna want to rest, and then
Oh.
would
Yeah,
probably
that'll be
prefer
fine.
doing that out of the undead area.
So hide the canoes by the river.
Sure. Yeah, if you want to try to hide them, make a survival check to do so, just in case
I
somebody
will.
comes
I
looking.
will assist with that.
All right, help me with some branches. Yeah, you grabbed some good branches.
It's good branch work, Quillen.
He knows the good branches. He helps with the aerial camouflage.
I should be good at building nests.
What are you doing? I'm nesting.
Yeah. It does look vaguely nest-like.
Having some trouble. Okay, as you guys approach, sorry, are you guys approaching stealthily or just as normal?
I
could
would-
do it stealth.
I would be going stealthily because I'm feeling very like
Like
more spry than normal.
I pull the hood up on my sort of cloak, my Cholton cloak of
No one can hear me.
camouflage.
All right.
Yeah, I think we should
Just
carefully approach.
Let's make a stealth check, shall we?
Are we like say an hour away?
I was gonna say, how far roughly do we think we are away?
Because once we get closer, I can do a pass out trace.
Come on, guys.
Well, just if we're within an hour, I'd like to ritual cast comprehend languages before we go in.
If this is visual mostly, I get advantage. So I'm gonna guess visual mostly.
Yeah.
I think
I would-
my newfound armor gave me unearned confidence in my stealthy ability. I was like, dude, this is like so quiet. I'm just like, da-da-da-da.
Guys,
You
look how
realize-
quiet I am.
Look how quiet.
You realize
Guys,
that
no one can hear me.
Quillen was the problem all along, not the armor.
Lights just glistening off your shiny armor.
So you'd have about an hour or so of travel, to get to the outskirts of this village. It's not really a village. It's just like broken. There's like remnants of a village in the trees and stuff. It's not really a village. But yeah, about an hour from the riverbank, you would arrive essentially. So if you wanted to cast Pass Without Trace and ritual cast
Once we
something
get
as you
there.
approach.
Yeah. Once we get there, I think when we get close, I think I will put the passes out trace on us.
Okay, so I'll add 10 to all these, so much better. Okay.
'Cause I just don't want to use it too early. I wanted to use it once we get close.
Yeah, since I forgot that we decided I could ritual cast while we're moving.
Yeah, you don't have to
So,
sit down. and
yeah.
do it.
I don't have to sit there. So yeah, I'd ritual cast comprehend languages as we're moving, and then detect magic is when we get close. It might run out, but whatever.
Okay. Well, you find
Quillen,
your-
you're a little quieter.
well, sort of. I mean, 12. You find yourself kind of entering what looks to be there's a few like broken down remnants of huts and things. where you imagine at some point in the past, must have been, it could maybe decades, based on much of the rot and how the jungle has overtaken these buildings. But it looks to the trained eye, which is at this point, I think Quellen, Donaquin, Blackwind, Iku can say this as well. It looks like this may be Batiri in origin. Very kind of primitive, not designed to last, that's for sure. But as you approach, you will notice that near the center of the village, there's a bit of a clearing, and there's a kind of a wide sinkhole yawning before you. The earth around is littered with long dead and old bones of corpses around the edges of this large sinkhole. And it's roughly circular, about 90 feet across or so. And even as you get within a very short distance of this, you don't see any movement at all. I will share with you a map.
Ah.
Oh, God. Ah.
Oh.
And yeah, you can see even as you get near the edge of the pit, which seems to be maybe 30 feet deep, this sinkhole, there is a massive rib cage, and wing bones rising above the murk. Vines, moss, and lichens hang from the bones. Judging by how much of the skeleton is exposed, the water at the base down in the pit, probably only maybe like 3 or 4 feet deep. It's kind of just murky. There's big lily pads and vines growing everywhere. Frogs kind of hopping around, making some croaks as the light of the day is starting to wane. And you can see that all around the edge, yeah, there's all sorts of these like broken bodies. You see bits and pieces of broken spears and what looks like rotted coils of rope and stuff like that, kind of all around the outside. Iku kind of gasps a bit, and she's not on there. They are with you. I didn't transfer them over. Iku kind of gasps, and she kind of like moves over to the edge, kind of looks down, and she says, "Oh my, this majestic creature."
Quillen, can you detect any evil or any extra evil in this neck of the woods?
I mean, I can certainly try, and I will hit my divine sense. I'll move like kind of closer to the edge of the thing, and then I'll do my divine sense. So 60-foot radius. Celestial fiend, undead.
Okay. The pulses outwards. You don't catch any whiffs of undead or fiends in the area. Nothing foul assaults your senses. However, Iku glows like a fucking beacon of radiant light. She's a celestial.
Whoa!
Do we pretend that we don't see it?
Well, you guys don't see it. Quillen sees it. I was be like,
Make a perception check, Quillen. Just real quick for me as well. Sorry.
In the tower?
No.
Natural 20.
Not 20. So when you kind of concentrate and like pulse out and look around, and your head swings kind of rapidly at Iku as you sense this presence. She looks directly at you and just kind of shakes her head very subtly. Which you catch with your 25 perception.
Yeah. And I'll just, while maintaining eye contact with the glowing beacon as you do,
It's
I'll
like
be like-
teacup eyes.
I'll just be like, nothing evil. And then I just slowly go back to looking down at the crater.
My eyes, the goggles, they do
before-
nothing.
Right before that, Colin was going like, "Wow!"
Holy great googly moogly.
No, there's no, at least not in like, direct vicinity. I can't tell if there's nothing. The big skeleton and all the skeletons around us are not undead creatures, as far as I can tell, for sure.
They're not gonna pop up and eat us.
Are
Yeah.
these actually skeletons actually here, or are they just decoration on this map right now? The little ones.
Yeah, they're all over the place. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Wonder
Joe,
if
what?
they're what took this dragon, down. Maybe it looks like a dragon, anyways.
Jonah, do you want to pull out the map so we can just have another look at it?
You can make a investigation check if you want to, Blackman, as you're looking around.
Sure. Just not that. Ah, wow.
It's so weird. At least on my screen, every time Blackwind rolls a dice, it goes off the screen.
Yeah, it bounces off to the left. I don't know why.
Every time, but no one else's does that. It's very strange.
It does for me as well. It's weird.
Yeah.
I clicked on the skill, but I don't know if that has anything.
You,
I don't know.
you've got the spin on your dice.
It's just that the dice, they bounce for a minute, but they always end up just traveling off the left side of the screen. I don't know.
Yeah, that one didn't.
Well,
It's just the
that
D20.
That one I threw by.
D20s. D20s.
Yeah, that
Okay,
didn't.
fine. It's not doing it now, but
I bet you
Every
the
other
difference is
time.
'cause
Yeah.
those ones I threw by hand into the box,
maybe, I don't know.
and then
Anyway.
just double clicking on the skill or the ability. The computer must throw it in such a way that you're
Maybe, yeah,
Yeah.
weird.
What's
Nothing.
the range
6
on what's the range on detect magic?
30 feet.
Okay, yeah, nothing's pinging magical either, other
Okay.
than your normal stuff.
Should one of us go down into the water to see if we can see anything else?
I mean, that's why we're here.
Hold on a sec.
Yeah, I'm sure we should. He said what? It was 4 feet? The water? 4 or 5?
The water is like 4 or 5 feet at the bottom. The pit itself is about 30 feet down. The rib cage and the wings actually like stick up quite a bit. Like you can see the top of the rib cage almost. Like it's probably like 10. Like this looks like, given the size, it must be an adult dragon at least. It's not quite big enough to be an ancient, but it might be. But yeah, it's kind of like covered in like all these lichens and like vines draped, like growing moss and stuff, growing over this big giant rib cage and wings that sticks up out of the mud. But the water itself, it's murky, so you can't see the bottom. But assuming the size of the bones, you don't imagine it's more than like say 5 feet tops deep, because otherwise the bones would be much further down in the water, right?
Let's get a closer look. Maybe we can determine what type of dragon it was just a closer.
While my magic detection's up, I wouldn't mind doing a circle just to check the other side before we get stuck in a pit.
Sure.
Just to, just do a quick walk around just before you guys jump in, just to make sure nothing pinging. I don't think I can get close to the very middle, but I can sort of get the edge, just to see. So I'll do that. I'll just start walking around.
Which way? Clockwise, counterclockwise?
I'm gonna go, Archie, go clockwise.
Okay.
I'll just keep in front.
Sure. Well, what are the rest of you doing?
I'd probably just move up this way and keep an eye on the murky water and see if I notice any movement or anything weird.
Sure, you can give me a perception check. What's Undril will head this way as well. Actually, she'll go with Archie and Blackman.
I'd move up on stuff. See the aliens going up here now, so I'd move on.
Oops, sorry. Cat.
I'm gonna stand next to Iku and wait to see what Jonah does.
Okay, Jonah, what are you doing in chance?
I am digging through my herb pouch, but I could do
Well,
it
why are
somewhere
you-
else.
Jonah,
Why are you squinting?
There's no time to get high.
Chance lets out like a little chirping growl and then like rushes off to the bushes and snaps at like a small furry animal.
I'll go see what are you doing, you dang
Be a little
raptor?
scamp.
Also, in the description, this raptor is the size of a big turkey. Just
FYI.
oh, I imagine when I'm writing them. I'm
I was
about
gonna
the
say,
size of he is.
It's a big
I
turkey.
was like,
though.
currently
A
he's about the
big
same size
turkey.
as you.
A strong,
Like a dire turkey.
like
Yeah.
a miniature ostrich.
Yeah.
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 Jurassic Park velociraptors, not real velociraptors, but in here they have the real ones.
As soon as like Jonah and everyone else is clear, I'm just gonna turn to Iku and just be like, What the hell?
she kind of smiles at you and just nods and she's like, "Don't worry, all's well."
I mean, are you an angel? What's going on? 'Cause
She laughs. She's like, "No, I'm not." She kind of pats you on the shoulder and she's like, "All will be revealed in time. How about we focus on getting ourselves to Orolunga, shall we?"
She is the guardian of Orolunga.
Okay, but if you ever want to, okay, sure. Yeah. Do I trust her? I mean, Brad does, but
Yeah, Brad also trusted Zendala.
I felt like there was something more.
There was.
I felt like there was.
Character.
I felt like there was something beneath the surface that was going on.
A trusting Loxodon.
Corey, while I'm over there and stuff like that, also, I'll be keeping an eye on stuff on like the forest area. Seeing the aliens, I'll be looking also towards the water and stuff. I'll be looking stuff towards like the forest line.
Sure, you can give me a perception check as well. And then as I'm just gonna move you guys a little bit further along here.
Just
You can give me another maybe a survival check, Blackwind, as you're walking around as well. And Archie, you can give me a perception, if you will.
sweet baby Jesus.
Jonah, as the party gets a bit further around, what are you doing still? Just hanging out or doing something else?
I'm going to eat a cleansing lily, which will give me advantage on poison for an hour.
Okay. It tastes.
I don't stop. I don't continue rotating around. I would just stop once I get near the top bit where that big lily pad is.
Oh,
like
yeah,
basically
here?
there where I was. No, not where I was. I wouldn't go any further than that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys are wandering around, not wandering, but you know what I mean, walking around, just wandering aimlessly through the jungle. No, Aelin, you will notice with a 15 that there is movement under the surface of the water. Looking, I mean, it's a bit far, and because the water is murky, you can't really see quite what it is. until you see a small kind of splash, and you see a small fish about this big, kind of glittering, kind of like greenish gold in color, kind of like hops out of the water, and then splashes back in. And then as it splashes, it clears slightly, and you see like probably dozens of these just under the surface of the water swimming around. But then they kind of like fade from view.
Does it look dangerous?
You're not proficient in nature, yeah?
Yeah. Is it something I've been attacked by before?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Have you been attacked
Not
by
a
fish
flying
before?
fish.
Flying
a
snakes
lot
you've been
of the-
attacked by.
Yeah.
Blackwin, where's your roll? You rolled really well.
25.
Yeah, as you're walking around, you can definitely tell just based on the placement, how the bodies are kind of laid out around the surface here. It looks to you like they must have somehow, like, these are goblin bodies for one. You can tell based on their small stature, they're either really short humans or they're goblins. But based on what you guys knew about the village itself, looking like it was Batiri, you assume these are Batiri skeletons. There must be at least a dozen bodies, but it's hard to tell entirely based on some of them are in very poor condition, like just fragments of bones. The broken and rotting weapons and spears and ropes indicate to you that it looks like they may have somehow lured the dragon into the pit, and potentially, you're not sure how many might have died in the attempt, but it seems they were successful in slaying the dragon. There is fragments of what looks to be like frayed like netting and stuff kind of hanging off the edges of the pit, which looks to you like perhaps that they tossed like a heavy like net over the dragon to keep it from flying out of the pit, and then they must have just kind of peppered it with spears, slings, and arrows over however long that must have took. But that's what it looks like to you, but lots of dead bodies. Archie, you would also notice, not with the one, but with your detect magic, there's very, very faint magical residue kind of in and around some of the bodies. It looks like you just get a very, I would say, like trace amounts of like evocation magic coming from some of the bones.
Do I know if something like a dragon's breath is considered would be picked up? Okay.
It might be, yeah. That's probably your best guess. That some of these bones are like literally like melted with dragon fire or dragon magic of some sort, but it's very faint. Like it must have happened a long time
A long
ago.
time, yeah. Okay.
Donna, you will notice, as well as you're kind of keeping your eye on the trees in the surrounding forest, you do see to the north here, in fact, as you kind of enter, like there's a bit of a gap in the tree line. If I can move your guy, so kind of up this way, you do see it's a ways back, maybe, and it's like up in a tree, but it's probably 500 or 600 feet. But it's kind of it's rather large, so it's kind of sticks out. But you kind of see it through the tree line up on one of the trees further north of you. There is, and can you give me a nature check as well?
Yep.
11's enough. You can't identify exactly what it is, but you're fairly certain it's some sort of like large nest. It looks like a beehive or something like built in this tree. Given how far away it is and how big it is, it's either a massive colony of bees or wasps or very large bees or wasps. But you don't see anything moving about. Nothing like flying around or anything. But you do see that a ways in that direction.
Okay, I which went through that island also place, so up there also along the way.
Hello, bees.
I don't know what it is and stuff like that, but like a large beehive or something, wasp hive or something.
Iku would probably. She's kind of looks at you again, Quillen, and she's just like, kind of quietly, she's like, "Will you keep this secret for now? I don't. If you wish to tell your friends, I understand. I won't make you lie to them.
I mean, to be completely honest, I don't really know what the secret is. So I guess, yeah, I will. But
She
I mean,
smiles and she's like, "Do you trust me, Quillen?"
yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I mean, you speak so many languages. Like, it's great.
She nods and she's like, and again she like kind of like puts her hand on you again. She's like, inflict wounds. No, she's like,
You will never speak.
Level 9 inflict
level
wounds.
level 9 touch of death.
Power word kill. Here we go.
No, she smiles and she just kind of like puts her hand on your shoulder. And she's like, "Thank you. I just don't want to complicate things. Not now." And then she kind of like smiles and kind of like walks this way. She's like, try kind of hurry walking to try to catch up to you guys down here. And she kind of like calls out and she's like, "So what do we think? Did it natural causes?"
I share the kind of preliminary readings that I got with my tracks and the evidence pointing that it looks like the whole horde of goblins somehow lured this dragon to trap it, and death by 1,000 cuts, I suppose.
Wonder what was used to lure it. Maybe that's the treasure.
Is
Maybe they stole something from it.
Andrel
does
shrugs.
it look
She's like,
safe to?
if she got killed by dragons, maybe it was just a stupid dragon. Or killed by goblins.
Maybe some really smart goblins. I'm not there.
Well, goblin tribes can be quite numerous.
To be fair, we're like kind of like talking over it, so you can probably hear John.
You said you stopped up north, Aelin. Donaquin, did you stop with them, or are you continuing around?
Yeah, I stay with him on some and also ask him if he's seen anything in the water at all.
Just some like green and gold fish. I don't know if they're dangerous or not. They're probably dangerous.
You can make a nature check, Donaquin. He can point them out to you pretty easily.
Man, 6s.
It's enough. You recognize them. They're not dangerous in like individually, but those are quippers. They're called. In large numbers, they can skeletonize a man in like 6 seconds or so.
I knew it.
With a large enough swarm. Talk about death by 1,000 cuts. Yeah. If there's a lot of quippers down there and you guys go in the water, yeah, your legs will be stumps very quickly.
I like my legs. I want that.
I'm able to find out information also one of the animals. One of the fish also. If I can use. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can use on stuff the Mask of the Beast as well. What you got to do animal friendship stuff, and I can speak with them and hopefully find out information on some more about what happened here.
So you're using the what?
I have the stuff, the Mask of the Beast stuff that we have.
Oh no, you don't.
Why?
Because you guys gave it to the bank because it was Azaka's thing that you were bringing back, so you would have given it back to the bank to get your money back from her in town. Yeah. When you guys went to the bank, that was what you were going there for. Because that belonged to her. She said she would refund your 150 gold that you paid or whatever if you brought that back to the bank.
Well, okay then. Then I won't use animal friendship. But
you would get advantage on the roll if you wanted to use the book to get more information on the swimmies.
I mean, I could speak with animals directly myself, but if this happened if this happened a long time ago, I don't imagine fish live that long. All
Do you know
things
if your
point out that
ancestors
he's
ate this dragon?
I mean, they must be eating something.
Maybe the fish were here all
Frogs.
along, and that's what killed the dragon.
Well,
Maybe
what do we
they
know about
eviscerated
this
it down to its
location?
bones.
Did you? Sorry, Sean. Did you still want to use your beast to talk thing? Or no?
Yeah, Alexander, I can. So I thought, yeah. Let's speak to the woods.
So that. How does that work?
Like I said, I have the ability on animal handling and stuff.
Very favors him. Yeah, so you can use yeah, you can use animal handling or I mean you can talk to them, so yeah, animal handling is the best for you because you're proficient in it. So you can use that to try to influence them to see how friendly they would be to you.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, I mean they're pretty straightforward and most pretty mindless. I mean they're fish, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can kind of glean. So what are you trying to get out of them?
I'm just trying to find stuff that like recently happened on something like in the past, things like that on stuff, right? Like if there's, I don't know if they can portray if there's anything like in the water also specifically, or if it's just like what happened in the recent past. I guess there's not much I can get from. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean they, from what you can tell, I mean definitely to Blackman's point, like these fish were not here when the dragon died. These fish probably lived like
Yeah.
a very short amount of time, so it's probably been like 1,000 generations since. But in the recent past, all that they can tell you is they eat and sleep, and they eat frogs and they eat each other. If there's not enough, like there's not really much they can tell you. Their entire world kind of exists of this like 90-foot square patch of water. And they can't really see anything that happens even outside of the pit because they're way down there. So they don't really have a lot to say that's of any value, unfortunately. That said, they
Insight
seem
check.
cordial enough to you. The ones that you talk to, they you do definitely get a sense, of course, that they would very much appreciate a meal. But that seems
That's
to
why
be
they're
like their
being cordial.
driving force of existence, so is to eat things. Eat and reproduce is kind of like their entire lives, so.
Do you have any plankton?
LinkedIn.
Do we have any abilities that can repel water so we can walk in there? Maybe
Go chew.
Not today.
not today.
Yeah, can you ask them to like allow us to enter the water without killing us?
Oh, I mean, we got a ton of extra food today. Why don't we
Hello?
just give them
Dump it.
If it's
extras?
meat.
Yeah, the extras that we don't need.
True.
So you guys would kind of make it around full circle as you're talking.
Yeah, the extra foraging.
It's just gonna
of
go to
fish.
waste, right?
Like I said, I don't know if I can portray them so like that about like if I which would give them a bunch of extra food on stuff, they'll let me on stuff like be put with them on stuff in the water type of thing.
Well, maybe we could also put it at one end of the pool, and you could go into the other end.
Yeah, the fishes that you're
The fish
talking to,
spokesperson.
all they really care about is food. So if you give them food to keep them occupied, they don't really care. They're not guarding the water, so
Yeah.
Just there.
So you get the sense that yes, that would probably work, especially if you dump it in the far end, let them go to town on whatever food you have, and hope as long as you're not there for too long before they get
Like I
bored or
said,
hungry again.
Because I can wild shape into something like an octopus or something like that and go in there on stuff and go around in the water and stuff like that as well.
Go for it.
I would say as well, just as you're getting up there, Archie, the wall on the north part down below there,
Yeah.
lights up when you get within 30 feet.
Ooh, baby. We got a stew going.
There is some sort of magic on the. It's kind of down below. There's some sort of magic, and it is because you can tell this school, right? If it has one.
Yes, if it has a school of magic, I know what it is.
It would have. I just have to check what it is because I don't know off the top of my head. It has abjuration magic. Flows with abjuration magic.
Protection.
So there might be. There's obviously something there. From up here, it looks just like stone wall, but you can see the magic radiating from this small
secret entrance, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It is down like in the water and like a few feet above the water, just on that northern, just below where you guys are standing, essentially.
Yeah. So
is there a safe area to kind of stand down there without risking of going into the water directly right away?
No.
No. Okay. It's a pretty steep.
It's almost straight down. It's almost sheer edges all the way down. It's not. It looks kind of sloped, but that's just the art. It's like straight down.
We could tie a rope around me and.
Well, let's get that idea going about the extra food because we did have a bunch of it.
Yeah,
and then we could throw it in and use it as a lure, like
Yeah.
I would say let's. Oh shit, that's huge. Let's put the food like sort of in this region, and then I mean I feel like I would be the best candidate to go down there only because I can get out very fast. I can get back up to the.
Oh, I'd say Donaquin. Donaquin can turn into an octopus.
Do we trust that they're not just gonna try to eat the octopus?
I mean, he just talked to them and they said they wouldn't if you gave him food.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, if you can't trust the fish,
who can you trust?
Yeah, I mean, what are we gonna start distrusting Iku?
There's no reason to do that.
Would Iku ever withhold any information from us? No.
Ultimately, they got free food. They'll be concerned with that. I think overall is our general feeling from
and the thing is, you don't have to dump it in all at once. You could dump it in like bits and pieces over time to give so that they
give some time.
And if they get once they're done, maybe we'll kill or retire a couple so that they could eat the retired people.
I mean, with that, I would probably be safe to assume that you probably don't want to splash around like a wounded or swimming in the water.
Is anyone bleeding? Don't go in the water if you're bleeding.
Blackwind jumps in. Cannonball!
If you guys want to give me the food, I'll go down and when you guys give me a signal, I can dump it in.
Well, do it like a bit at a time to make the
draw it out.
Yeah, spread out.
Spread out. This isn't the first time I've fed carnivorous fish.
Oh, fair point.
I would like to get a closer look at the magic. That's why I want to go down, so that if I can tell what the magic is, then I can potentially dispel said magic. I mean, I could potentially dispel it anyway. But
do you want a rope tied onto you, or would you prefer flying out in the event of a?
I actually have a new spell now. Jonah, you've seen Jonah do a similar thing where I can instantly be 30 feet away from where I was.
Okay.
I.e., I have Misty Step today.
I mean,
Dusty shift.
If you want to leave,
I mean, I wouldn't mind help.
We could tie a rope to him. I wouldn't mind taking a rope down.
Yeah, I'll go down there with you.
Okay, that'd be great.
Well, I can be anchor on one.
Yeah. No, that's a good call.
Yeah,
you guys
maybe Blackwind and Gerald control the rope together.
Will do. Somebody watch our
Gerald
six.
isn't super strong, so if you want to help him, Aelin, that would probably be.
I'm going down.
Oh, you're coming down. Okay.
Yeah.
Andrel's like, I got it.
Andrel will be on one, and then just make sure somebody's watching our 6. Otherwise, we're all looking down a hole.
Yeah, Donna Quinn saw some giant wasp nest or something, but it seems kind of quiet over there. So
I guess I'll guess I'll go up and.
Well, the good news is that we're making less noise than normal, which passes out Trace going. We're less noticeable.
Are we comfortable having Jonah on his own with Chance at the bottom? Do we
I
want
got
to?
Chance.
yeah,
Equals
You
like,
okay?
I'll keep him company.
Thanks, Iku.
Insight check.
Trust her.
Thanks, Iku. You're an angel.
You're a real blessing.
Got a real radiant soul. I don't actually say that last one.
I think it's great that you're providing protection for Celestia, all of us.
It's very saintly and
work.
above and beyond.
Donovan, what are you doing?
I'm just keeping track and stuff like that. No, it's because since everybody else is going in.
Okay, well, because I was going to say, if you wanted to, while we're looking at the magical door, if you wanted to octopus and take a look through the rest of the water while the fish are destroyed, you might, there might be something else in the middle that we can't see.
There's no point in doing both at the same time.
I think there is a point.
Well, all 3 of you going something.
I don't feel comfortable going into the middle of the pool and looking around, but I can be at the edge because if I need to get back up very quickly, I can. It doesn't really cost me much of anything.
I'm just saying, if you wanted to shift, you'd also have swim speed, so you would do it much more efficiently and probably better than anybody else could. It's all.
Somebody else have to look up top here. If all 3 of you are going down there, so that we still need people looking out up here, because Blackwind can't look twice here because he's helping you guys down there.
Excuse me.
Can't have all stuff. Everybody down there. We won't have anybody looking here other than Blackwind holding.
I could
I mean, they could just turn around.
I could put my owl on top of Gerald's head, looking that way.
That's true.
And
he can just screech if he sees a bee of some. I don't know.
Panic if you see something. Nothing gets by the old owl eyes.
Jonah, throw the fish in.
Wait, is that the signal?
Yeah, Jonah, that's the signal.
Okay.
We're fishing with people.
I'll tell you to turn her face. Don't look at this, and I'll start throwing the fish in.
Iku, tosses a couple pieces of rations and stuff down. She's like, just like feeding the birds back home. Calming, isn't it, Jonah?
Oh, yeah.
As the fish swarms.
There's a massive pool of blood.
Massive blood everywhere.
Chunks flying.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so serene.
One of them hits Jonah in the face.
Chance is snapping over it, trying to get the pieces that are coming up.
Still better than geese. Thanks. Keep on throwing them.
All right, I'll follow you guys.
I'll jump down first after I see the fish are migrating that way, and then so I'll be down there just to make sure that if Archie or Aelin fall, I'll be there to catch.
I'll be fine.
You're looking out for Archie.
They're for Archie.
You be my spotter. How far down is it? I forgot to ask.
30.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, I'll climb down. Once Quillen's down there and it's safe, I will follow on the rope.
Quillen lands in the water, bloosh, soaking himself up to the waist. Your feet sink in thick mud at the bottom.
That's fish poop.
Fish and... Oh, not fish. Frogs ribbit in alarm and hop away from you on this big lily pad. One of them jumping into the water. It's quickly devoured. Seems safe. Nothing's attacking Quillen. The frothing is happening over here.
The frothing.
The frothing.
Undril takes one end of the rope. Well, she would have done this while you guys were going down. She wraps it around the trunk of a tree, brings it back.
Oh,
awesome.
Holds it.
That's smart.
Only if you can tie good knots.
I'll jump down, and I'm gonna try and land on the lily pad.
Okay. Ha! Make an acrobatics check.
Oh, it's so dark down here.
Is it?
Well, no, it's a line of sight thing. Everything
Oh
outside.
yeah, you can't see outside the. Once you're down at the bottom, you can't see up top.
Yeah.
You land on the lily pad. It just kind of sinks under your weight. You go down in the water anyway.
But it's huge.
It's not that sturdy.
Oh man, all those books lied to me.
I will give instructions for Gerald to help if a rope, is slipping, and then I'll climb down the rope.
Okay. Make a rope check, athletics check as you climb down. A rope check. Check for rope. Easy. Nice. Climbing a rope is not that hard. You make it to the bottom as well, quickly soaking through to your waist as you sink into the kind of lukewarm water and your boots sink into the mud.
I would like to take a closer look at the magical protection area.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Quillen, do you want to use your keen eyes to help me look at this door?
Always.
You look over the wall, and rather quickly, thankfully, as the fish seem to be starting to get distracted as Iku and Jonah toss more food in to keep them occupied, you discern that there is what seems to be a secret door carved into the natural rock, disguised to look like part of the wall. You do also see that all the plants around the outside edge of it seem to be dead. What did you roll? 21? Yeah, you can tell as well that the plants, as best you can tell, the plants were killed by some sort of corrosive poison or toxin of some sort that may have been like sprayed over them. Yeah. You don't see any means of opening the door, however.
Interesting.
Does she have a better sense of where the magic is coming from, being down here?
The door itself is the entire door is glowing with this abjuration magic, indicating to you that there's probably some sort of magical seal, perhaps, on this door. You don't see any mechanical way of opening this door.
Okay. So like to Quillen and Aelin, I'd be describing this, and I would just be like, I could attempt to dispel the magic, just straight up. I for some reason, because I thought it was going to take us longer here to get here, I didn't prepare my knock to just open a door. I thought we were gonna fight. So I thought I was gonna self-destruct my bird, so I did that instead. So I could try dispelling it, and then if nothing else, Quillen and Gerald could just and Blackwind could try to punch their way through the door. But like I don't know.
Do you think it's safe to touch it? Or have you been already fondling it this whole time?
My fear is messing with the door itself is going to set off this protection, this abjuration magic, which could be killing stuff. That's you see all these plants here.
I see.
It
shouldn't just put my talent into it now and just try and rip the thing open.
No, I think I should try and dispel it to see if I can get rid of this abjuration magic first.
At
then
this point, you guys have probably dumped about a quarter of the extra food into the water, keeping them occupied. You have to continuously toss it to keep them occupied.
Yeah. Then I'd say go ahead and do that. I think that's probably the only way we're getting through.
Worst case,
we'll wait until tomorrow.
Worst case, we just try again tomorrow.
Okay. I will cast Dispel Magic on the Abjuration Magic on the door.
Have you tried Open Sesame?
This is my attempt at Open Sesame.
The Dispel Magic sinks into the Abjuration Magic, and you see it rapidly just kind of like break apart and dissolve. At which point, the wall itself just kind of like seems to physically change, and it just kind of, instead of like solid stone like it's looking, it kind of just like fades a bit and looks more like kind of like loose soil and earth instead. It doesn't open though.
You're muted, Liz.
I can mold earth. I have that. It works on loose earth.
Sure.
Go for it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try and mold and see if there's anything. Yeah. I'll just sort of like bring it out.
Easily, it about a foot thick. You just kind of like dig it out, and then the whole thing like kind of collapses inwards and leaves like about a 10-foot deep small like cavern. It kind of opens up into the back wall, carved out of the stone.
Did the earth that fell down, was it enough to like make a dam against the water so that if I were to step inside, the fish couldn't get me?
I mean, if you step inside, the fish couldn't get you anyways, because you'd be stepping up out of the water.
Oh, it's above the water. I see. I thought it was down. Okay, I would just message over to Jonah that, I mean, you can probably see it. That I'd message up top that it's open down here.
Door's open.
Yeah, inside, like I said, it's small. It's a small grotto. Kind of basically just like an almost like an alcove dug into the wall, and inside you see that there looks to be a it almost looks like some sort of like purse or satchel made of some sort of like leather sitting there. There's also a box about this big. It's got a it looks like the box itself is sort of carved out of like a pair of maybe like dinosaur skulls or whatever, kind of fitted together to create this box.
Blackwood's gonna love that.
There's only that's it. That's what's in here. Just this bag and this box, kind of sitting there.
A lot of trouble just
depends what the bag and box are. Is my detect magic pinging anything in here?
Yes, there's magic coming from inside the skull box.
Okay,
not the skull box itself, but inside the skull box. About half the food has been dumped in the water now.
Okay. I want to look for traps from myself to those items. From the entrance to the, I don't know. Okay, like if you can literally just like reach in and grab them, or if you have to physically walk.
You'd have to go in like 10 feet to the back of the little alcove to grab them.
Okay, yeah, I want to look for traps on the floor and like in between the entrance and the box before walking that way.
Okay.
Do we need people in the water anymore? Like she's not in the water now.
Yeah, can we both, or can all three of us sort of be in the entryway, like out of the water now?
No. Well, you'd have to go single file, and by the time the third person's in, the first person would be at the back wall.
Okay. Then,
I can stay in the water. It's fine.
I just want to make sure stepping in here isn't going to set off something.
Okay. Well, do you want to make an investigation check before you actually climb out of the
I
water?
will assist.
Nice. Very quickly you scan. There's nothing. It's bare stone. It's fine.
I just wanted to make sure because the door was like protection, could have been trapped. I just wanted to make sure there's okay. Yeah, I would. Quillen, are you stronger than me? Are you strong at all? I'll go grab it.
Quillen's definitely stronger than you, but yes.
Yeah, I'll grab the satchel and I'll just say, don't open this box yet until I can get it.
Grabbing the satchel, the satchel, you go to heft it, and it is heavy. Like it's probably like a good 60 pounds, and you hear like jangling of coin as you pick it up.
I will grab the satchel.
Can I test the weight of the box to see if I can lift that?
The box is relatively light.
Okay, then Quillen takes the satchel. I'll take the box.
I'll take the satchel. I will come over here, and I will. I mean, I'm sure I'm encumbered now, but probably not heavily encumbered. And then.
Yeah. Does 50 pounds heavily encumber you?
No.
Then you're fine. Yeah.
Then I will double dash, fly up to the surface.
I have to apparently open the pit to get you out of there. Prevents me from just moving you out. It hits the ground with a big like chunk as it hits the ground. You hear all these like obviously like it sounds like a big old bag of money hitting the ground. Like,
Cool. Do you want to come down here and grab this one too, so I can climb out?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Iku kind of calls over, and she's like, "We're running a little short on food. If you want to."
Almost done. And I will fly down, pick up the box.
Yeah, as soon as he's got the box, I'll start climbing.
Damn.
Okay, make athletics checks. Climb out. Good job, guys.
Yeah, I'm just stretching.
You struggle. The mud slippery on your feet.
Slippery on our feet, man.
About 3/4 of the food has now been tossed. Some of the fish are losing interest and kind of swimming over. None of them nip at you, but you see a few of them like whipping around your legs a little bit.
I'm just gonna tie it around my waist and say, Andro, can you pull me up?
Andro tries her best, straining against the rope. Yeah, you can get advantage for assistance climbing up.
I follow
I can't
suit.
just let her pull me up.
I mean, you can, but you're relying on one roll instead of two then. Because of the advantage.
Yeah, but her roll is much better than mine.
Hey, 16's good. You get out. She pulls you up. Grabs your hand, pulls you up.
Yeah.
Archie, athletics?
I'm gonna do the same with Blackwind on the other rope. I'm gonna tie it around my waist and be like, "Do that, Blackwind, do that!"
Pull me out.
Yeah.
Make just a strength check, or athletics is fine if you want, or just make it with advantage, whatever. Whoever wants to do it. If you just want to pull her out, you can do athletics with advantage. You're probably better than Archie doing it, so. Oh yeah, you just kind of like a few like heaves like this, and she's up to the top. I imagine Archie just kind of sits there and gets dragged up.
Yeah, I didn't tie it around my waist. I just made a loop to sit in and just like held on.
A few fish kind of like nip at your toes as you come out of the water.
I'll call over to the other side. We're good. Thank you, fish.
Iku kind of turns, looks at Jonah, and she's like, "We could probably give them the rest, though, right? We don't need this food." You're muted, John.
Muted, John.
I didn't hear what you said. Or Iku said.
Iku turned to you, and she's like, "Oh, we could probably just give them the rest. We don't need all this extra food. It'll go bad anyway."
Oh, Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then I'll dump all of them except for one piece that I'm going to try to sleight of hand to chance.
Just sleight of hand? Okay, make a sleight of hand check. Nice.
Nice.
On the sly.
Sneaky Fogger. You're
Champ grabs it, kind of lifts it in his mouth and shakes it.
Starts running around in circles with it.
Runs
I
over
got
here.
food.
No.
Throws it off to Iku. Look what I got.
Jonah gave me this.
Iku
Does
just
she
continues
speak
like tossing
rapidly?
food down at the fish with a smile on her face. Yeah.
All right.
You guys make it out of the pit. Donaquin pokes you because the light is rapidly fading as it's getting. Jonah flies. No, he walks around. Iku will follow. Actually, Iku will go over and she kind of like goes over to Chance and pets him.
Yeah,
Chance like kind of like
Right.
nudges her with his.
Yeah, as curious as I am, I think we should put these into the bag of holding and just either set up camp here or backtrack and set up back by the river. About an hour away?
Donaquin, who I know Sean's away, but Donaquin, who has been keeping watch, a good eye on those nests, with the fading light, he notices. He'll point out to you guys, two very large, kind of like brownish, what looks like hornets or something, kind of like emerge from the nest and kind of like splay their wings. They don't take off yet, but they're obviously like coming out.
Oh, they're nocturnal beasts. So we probably shouldn't stay here.
Donaquin can make a.
Oh, we should be quiet.
A nature check. Actually, Blackwind, you can, or anyone with nature can make a nature check now that you can see them. Donaquin does not know what species that is. You do have the book, which can give you advantage if someone's using the book, but you might want to. See if there's any notes in that book.
I don't know how to read.
Donaquin's probably better at it than me, technically.
Yeah, he'll pull it out and he'll try again. Well, not try again. But he would use that with advantage.
He's racking his brain.
There we go. That's a 19. Okay. So Donaquin pulling out the book, he kind of thinks, he's like, I'm not sure, but maybe there's something in here, and flips to it, and he goes, oh, he would. We should probably move out of this area, he says. He recognizes them as, and he will tell you this, as flesh pod hornets. They are vicious territorial beasts that have a nasty sting with a powerful poison. Also, they procreate by injecting their young through their sting into other creatures, which then grow and dig their way out. Most people can't survive even the process of removing the eggs once they're injected into their bodies, let alone the birthing process should it get that far. So it's definitely a nasty creature that, I mean, there's only, they make smallish hives. So as a hive is that big, the size of them, there's probably no more than like a half dozen, but a half dozen is a serious threat to a party your guys' size. A one or two, probably not too bad, but if there's more than that, you're in for a bad time. So he would warn that before they've noticed you to move off, probably.
Yeah, no, let's dump these in the bag of holding and get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, I'm on board.
Did
He kind of turns the book around and shows you an artist rendition of like this nasty like bladed looking insect, like grub thing with like blades on its back, like burrowing out of someone's arm. He's like, rather morbid. Closes the book, puts it away.
Let's go quickly.
Did the box type ping a certain type of magic?
Probably. I just don't know what it is. Illusion magic.
It's not even real.
Maybe. All right, yeah, let's do that and get out of here. Double tap.
So you guys want to head back like to the riverbank where you're like an hour away, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as you're not sticking around any longer, that took you. You guys had some really good rolls to discover and see these things. So you didn't take enough time for those things to wake up. You able, especially with because you still got Pass Without Trace going, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
'cause I
under
used
under
it
the cover
before.
of darkness and the sound dampening that's been providing, you make it. They don't notice your presence at all as you guys head off
Nice.
back the way you came. Loot in hand, mission successful. Yeah. You so you find yourself back at the river. You can't find your canoes; they're hidden so well.
Damn it.
But no, you find your canoes. A
Why are we
flesh
so
pod
good at
hornet
this?
bursts out of it. Kills you instantly. It's over. You guys gonna make camp then on the riverbank before deciding what to do next?
I think so. I mean, then
Yeah,
I
see
figure,
what's in
yeah,
that sack.
check out the loot.
Oh shit!
Wow.
I closed. I
Well-
closed the.
While they're setting up camp, I will investigate the box for traps before opening it.
Sure. Give me an investigation check. You find nothing.
It is absolutely not trapped. Nope, no 3. I'm gonna open the box.
The box opens. By the way, the box itself is. It doesn't look like it's terribly valuable. Like there's no like gems or things into it, but it is a pretty nice like art object by itself. You might be able to get something for the box itself. You're just not quite sure how much that might be worth. I would say Blackwood, you probably just looking at it, they're definitely Velociraptor skulls that have been kind of like molded together. Chance is like sitting off the side, like kind of like baring his teeth at it. But as an art object, actually, I think Blackwood, you'd probably have the best idea. You'd probably seen similar kind of like bone carved items go for 5 to 15 gold in like a marketplace. So might be worth a little bit, not terribly expensive, but kind of cool.
Rich.
Inside, however, there is a carved short piece of wood with black feathers attached to it. The teeth of some unidentified predator of some sort, maybe maybe like cat, some sort of feline teeth, like sharp like teeth. That seem to be molded onto a skull of what looks like a small viper or snake at the end. Looks like that. That is all that's in that box. It is radiating illusion magic.
Here's a question for Jonah. We borrowed a pearl to cast Identify previously. We never gave that back, right? You still have that?
Yep.
Okay, then I would like to take 10 minutes to cast Identify because I totally forgot about this component.
Oh. It is attuned to me. Is that going to be a problem?
It doesn't matter.
No.
Okay.
Because it doesn't consume it or anything, so.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. So it should be okay.
It's more of like a focal
give you
point.
the pearl.
Okay. Yeah.
I won't keep the promise.
A quick identify later, and you know that this wand, it is a wand, is a wand of fear. The wand has 7 charges. Regains 1d6 plus 1 charges at dawn each day. Expending the last charge, you roll a d20. On a 1, the wand will crumble to ash and just is destroyed. Using the wand, you can do 2 different things. You can use a single charge as an action to cast the command spell with a save DC of 15. and force a creature to flee or grovel only, as per the command spell, but only flee or grovel, nothing else. Or, while holding the wand, you can use an action to expend 2 charges, causing the wand's tip to emit a 60-foot cone of amber light. Each creature in the cone must make a DC 15 Wisdom save or become frightened of you for 1 minute. While frightened, it must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as possible. It can't willingly move into a space within 30 feet of you, although it can move closer to you. It just can't move within 30 feet of you. It can't take reactions, and for its action, it can only use dash to try to escape, or use its action to try to end an effect that's preventing it from moving, like being restrained or grappled or something. If it has nowhere to move, then it will use the dodge action. At the end of its turn, it repeats the saving throw, ending the effect on a success. It can also be used as an arcane focus for those that use arcane focuses. It does require attunement to be able to cast spells from the wand.
But anyone can attune to it?
Yes, it's not unlike scrolls and things, you're not actually casting the spell yourself, you're activating the item, so anyone can use it. And it's a set DC, it's not based on your spellcasting modifier or anything like that. It's just a DC 15 for both of the abilities. So that is what is in the box. Skull box itself. In the bag, there is a total of 550 gold pieces, 80 silver pieces, 75 mithril pieces, Old Moon mithril pieces. There are 2 rather large diamonds. You would estimate, Aelin, that they are worth about 500 gold pieces apiece. There is 3 rings. They're not magical, but they are very nice rings made with blue quartz stones in them. They all seem to be identical. There's no markings or anything on them. You would estimate those are worth about 10 gold pieces each. They're not super valuable. And finally, there are 5, and these do glow magic. No particular type of magic, but there are 5 perfectly smooth and beautifully crafted sling bullets that are definitely magical. A quick identify, because I know you can just do it as much as you want with a ritual. They are +1 sling bullets, 5 of them.
Oh man, ball bearings.
Super ball bearings.
Yeah, and that is the extent of the loot.
Nice.
Iku kind of like turns her nose up at the wand. She's like, ugh, filthy thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Well,
what's it do?
You're muted, Liz.
I would have explained it while I was doing it. I'm not Caleb. It makes people afraid of you. It's got a bunch of charges. It also makes you kind of be able to mind control somebody a little bit temporarily, but you know, that happens.
Seems a little nefarious, but I guess could come in handy.
Yeah, the fear cone is pretty cool. Is pretty neat. That just makes it run away.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a useful way to deal with people non-lethally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that other thing, the grovel, that sounds non-lethal.
The witch?
Grovel?
The command.
Command, grovel.
Oh, yeah. Oh. You can make them do a thing. Yeah. I mean, wands are kind of your thing, huh? But
yeah, but if anybody can use this, I was thinking maybe one of someone else. I mean, I'd love to have it, but it might be good with, like, since it's a cone, you might have to get close, so.
I mean, to be honest, you know, I don't need a wand to make creatures fear me. Yeah, not to brag or anything.
Iku shakes her head and she's like, I don't want to touch that thing.
Oh, is it cursed?
She's like, I don't like it.
Oh, okay. Well,
I feel the same way about eggplant.
that's fair.
I love
Undril
eggplant.
kind of snorts.
I mean,
You did it.
yeah,
You
what?
finally cracked Undril. You got a little bit of a chuckle out of her.
Yeah, Jonah.
The campaign-long quest.
Why don't you hang on to it for now, Jonah, and see.
Yeah, if no one else wants it. Aelin, Donovan.
The code's pretty long. It's like
60
feet. So.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's necessarily my style, and I mean, it kind of makes it hard to punch people if they're running away from you.
That's true.
And I gotta keep chasing after them.
It's also an implement for casting.
Yeah.
Doing what?
So Archie, do you want it?
I don't understand.
I mean, yeah, Archie. I mean, there. It feels like there's been times when there have been like enemies like right up on you, and you're like, get away. Could be
yeah, I do have a way to deal with that now. I learned a new spell from
Doesn't
the
hurt to have more.
library, but that's true. That's true.
Take the damn wand.
So.
Yeah, I can take it for now, and if I end up never using it, Jonah, we can.
So the diamonds, the rings, the skull box, is that all just going in the bag of holding, or?
I'll take the diamonds. I'll keep them with my other gems.
Well, do we want
wouldn't mind the rings.
Maybe Donna Quinn and Jonah hold on to one?
They can't do anything.
Yeah,
you
I
want
can't
them
do
to
anything with the.
Well, maybe not Jonah, but Donna Quinn can.
No, he can't.
We're not using Tasha's optional spell list?
Oh, is it on the optional?
Yes. So
Okay, meta-wise, is Revivify on the Druid's optional spell list?
Druid, Ranger, and Artificer.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't cast it for a while, I don't believe.
Yeah,
So
Jonah probably can't do it. Yeah,
Jonah and
Donna Quinn has access to third level spell slots. Could do it.
Donna Quinn could take Revivify.
Yes.
But is Revivify cool meta-wise in our campaign?
Well,
yeah, that's what
it's literally the only thing that works.
Okay.
Like Raise Dead and Resurrection don't work.
Revivify does, but the caster just dies. Copy.
I think that was a Dragon Bait specific thing.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Okay.
No, none of us do.
Am I understanding that correctly, Corey? I'm not talking out of turn. I remember you saying that at one point.
No, Revivify definitely is the only way to revive in the campaign.
I know. I just want to confirm it 100% with Corey.
I'm looking at something. You guys keep talking.
Okay.
Are we talking about like optional druid spells?
Yeah.
Yeah. If we're allowing though the Tasha's lists, then yes, it is an option for druids to take.
I didn't even know that was an
And
option.
druids.
I haven't even looked at them. Which ones can you
There's
take?
a lot of cool ones.
I didn't know either.
I like the new spells.
I think it's because the druid and spell list is quite restrictive in general. So I think when Tasha's came around, they decided it was too restrictive and decided to give you more options.
Yeah, I was just checking if it was just certain circles or if it's all and it's all. Okay, yeah. It would work. Bear in mind, the spell component, it's actually more expensive because it consumes it. The spell component's diamonds worth 300, so consuming a single 500 gold piece diamond is actually more of a cost than it would be. But Yeah,
could
it does consume
Aelin break it down into smaller diamonds?
I think we've done that.
Well, we did last campaign, didn't we?
Oh, was it?
Probably with an effective crafting check to not bust them to lose too much value, but yeah.
Or
well, wouldn't all of the broken pieces be worth 3,000?
No, not necessarily. The cuts and everything, just fragments of diamond, not necessarily worth as much as a whole diamond. Even if it's the same weight of diamonds, the value of diamonds doesn't go solely on weight.
I know, unless it says diamond dust, and then you're okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if you pulverize it in the dust, sure.
Sort of brings up the next part of the conversation, though. Like, before we break them apart, if we're going back to the port, we could just exchange them. Or are we headed west?
I was gonna ask the same. Yeah.
Meta-wise, Sean, for you with Donequin, you've seen somebody do that now. So, like, if you wanted to flavor it, that's why he can maybe do it now. If that's how you're gonna play it, he's seen it.
True.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, if that's something that Donequin will be able to do, I mean, there's a 500 gold diamond in the bank right now that I left there because I thought we didn't have a use for it. So it could be helpful to go back and collect that too. Especially since we know how close we are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm personally, I'm fine going back to the port if we want to try and like put some more stuff in the bank, get some supplies or whatever, or if we think we're fine, just continuing west down the river. I'm cool with that too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I expected there to be more, and that we would need to offload things, and I think with what we found there, I'm happy with if we continue west as well. I don't think we need to go back.
Yeah.
Just saying there's value in that as well.
Then let's do that. I mean, Iku, Undril, what do you think?
Iku and Undril, if they get a vote, they both vote to continue on. They want to get to Orolunga as fast as possible.
Then,
Me too. Me too.
All in favor? Yay! Just continuing on.
Yay!
Cool.
Yippee-ki-yay!
Cool.
Iku technically doesn't get a vote because you're hiring her. So
I didn't realize that
Chance votes for staying out of the jungle.
How do players make those polls?
/vote.
Oh.
Also, do we get our gold?
Well, I'm trying to assign who's carrying all this shit. So,
are you guys cool if I hold on to the rings?
Sure.
The skull box goes in the bag, or
sure.
Yeah.
Is there a way Donequin can get one diamond and I take the other one? That way, Donequin's got an emergency one that we can burn if we need it, and I've got the other one that we can try and break into smaller pieces. Yeah.
From my point of view, as long as losing the extra amount, I think is worth it.
Sure, but I mean,
it's the difference between 2
gold
and 3.
diamond. Yeah, we almost have 2 castings.
Yeah. No, I think it's worth it. I'm just saying,
Who's taking the sling bullets? Anybody?
Jonah?
Well, Jonah?
Sure, I'll put it in the bag. I
for
mean, technically, I could catapult them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
No, you
one extra point of damage.
I mean, no matter what you do with them, they're going to be
5
1
extra points of damage.
Okay, so there's 2 diamonds. Just grab them out of the party sheet to move them out of there.
Then as far as the whole Revivify thing goes, Sean, I'm talking out of character. This is all I don't want to just dictate what spells you prepare every day. I don't want to be like, well, you can do it, therefore you have to have it prepared every day, and that's just all there is to it. If that's not something that Donequin would want to do, then that's your choice. So
yeah, honestly, also I didn't even know these spells were an option. before. Right? I had no idea. I just went off the regular player's handbook on stuff, so I didn't know what's even in here until now.
Okay, I'm putting it out there. Just I don't want you to think that I'm like trying to dictate your character.
No, I didn't take it that way.
Okay.
Don't let Archie know you can cast it if you're not going to take it, because she will dictate. She's like, "Oh, you're doing this, friend. You're doing this." Except she'd do it in a very like, "But do you want me to die again?"
How many more friends are you willing to see die, Donna
Just guilt tripping.
1, 2, 3.
I don't see any
You think
friends
I'm a
here.
friend? Yes. Moving up.
Wait, what?
I'll save this for Iku.
For chance. The rest of you are expendable.
All right. Anybody? Anybody using any hit dice? I know Blackman already rolled, but anybody else for the rest of the night?
I would do one if someone would be willing
Do
to
one.
medicine check me.
I could have helped you as well, Blackwood.
I'll take a medicine check for somebody, please.
No.
Oh,
Nice.
Hey.
Was that for Jonah?
So remember, a 20 means you use one less hit die. So you get the healing without expending the hit die.
That was for what you for Quillen first, because he asked first.
Oh, come on. But it's +3.
1, 2, +3. Yeah, so 7, and you don't use the hit die. So give yourself.
And it's free, so it's just a free one.
Yeah.
No, I did do one for Jonah as well.
It's actually +4.
Yeah, you're right. It is +4.
Shit, yeah.
Okay, so Jonah.
Well, that's not
I mean,
right. I only needed 4, so perfect.
That's fine. Anybody else? Archie, you got 9 wounds. Chance the Raptor has
9 wounds.
3 die 4, apparently, hit dice.
I'd help Donna Quinn with Archie.
Wait, how is that possible? He's got to have more than that. 22 hit points. How does he only have 3 die 4? That doesn't make any sense at all.
With Aelin helping us, does that mean I get advantage on it, or?
I'll use my medicine charges for that one.
So for 20, is that 2 extra?
3.
3?
Yeah, Chance the Raptor is gonna have. He only has D4 hit dice, so if you do want to try to heal him,
I would do that stuff for sure. That's fine.
Jonah, do you want to roll his hit dice?
Sure.
It would be a D4 +1, and then
not 3?
Well, plus 1
3.
from his con, and then +3 from the roll. So +4, 1d4 +4 per die. So you might need to use 2.
Yes.
So that'll heal him up. Gerald, you can just
I'll mend him.
up.
Yeah.
More chance.
Undril, I guess she'll use 1 hit die, sure. So that'll automatically. She only has a couple wounds. Iku didn't get damaged, so. All right, so you guys bandage your wounds.
Does Undril have a healer's kit?
Yes, she has. She has one of her own. So okay, so you guys bandage up your wounds. Did I actually apply the short rest yet?
No.
Okay. Bandage up your wounds. Identify and distribute the gear and stuff you found. Yeah, the night passes without incident on the banks of the Cherokee River.
Before the evening, before we bed down, I would actually ask Iku why she's a pacifist.
She's like, "Oh, I'm glad you asked, Jonah. I believe that everything in this world has a right to live. Outside of the obvious abominations and undead that infest this land. They're not living creatures, but everything else, if we can do the least harm we can do, the better is my philosophy. Every animal, plant, and sentient being, I believe, has a right to exist and to be unharmed through acts of violence.
I
What if they're the
largely
ones
agree.
causing the acts of violence?
Like, I don't believe it's for us to judge whether something should be slain for its actions. I believe that's for... There are other methods. You could incarcerate, you could attempt to redeem, you could reason.
Yeah.
But there's always a way other than death and violence.
I want the world to be a better place, and I figure the best way to do that is by showing the other people that there's a different way to walk, different path to travel. We can all be redeemed.
She nods.
So I have a contest going. You want in on it?
She's like, a contest?
Yeah, it's the non-lethal score contest. It's season 3, month of the bath, and we're all starting out at 0, so don't feel like you're behind. But you get 10 points for every non-lethal takedown of an enemy, and -1 point for every lethal takedown.
She kind of looks at you for a moment and she shakes her head. She's like, I don't think making a game of life and death is appropriate. No, I don't want a part of this.
Okay, I will take you off the list.
Wait, Jonah, did you say we're resetting our scores?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, but you still get the whatchamacallit. You won last week or last season, so you get to keep the boots.
Yeah. Do I get like a carryover? You know, like a.
No.
I don't get all the way back down to 0. Oh,
Nope, we're
okay.
always down to 0. But you get to keep
Man,
the.
Gotta make that grind every season, huh?
That's how it works. But don't worry, because each season the new magical item will come with a different skin, so that's cool. Slightly different.
Mike. Good stuff.
Somebody else's
That's
skin?
insensitive.
Wait, Jonah? Could I just give you gold to get points?
No, but I'll give you this mystery box. I'll take out the box with the skulls. What could be in it? Anybody knows?
I have to pay gold for that.
Yeah.
That box of loot.
The box.
Damn.
It could be loot. It could be nothing. It could be loot.
Wait a second.
Might be points in
Activision
here.
Blizzard.
Yeah.
Loot box.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
And Iku would kind of like, when you take out the box, she kind of just like moves away from you a little bit with kind of like just a almost like kind of like rubbing her nose a little bit. She's like, ugh.
Oh, what's the matter with the box? Does it smell?
Just like, no, it's a hideous thing.
I'll put it back. Sorry.
As she does, she kind of like goes, kind of like does this thing where she kind of moves away from you, which like towards Blackwood, like looks at his scythe, kind of like veers off to this side a little bit and walks over to the other side.
Doesn't Blackman also have a giant skull on his
Yeah,
shoulder?
he's got like this big bone scythe and like this pauldron. She's kind of like, ugh, no.
I also
Feeling
have
like sharpening his
a
sword.
wolf tail tied onto the glaive.
Yeah.
And
She's using 100% plant-based fibers in the clothing and everything, just so you know. No leather or animal byproducts for Iku.
God damn it, I'm muted. I'm gonna make eye contact with Iku like as she's kind of taking all this in, and just kind of intonate like I don't know. I don't know. Sorry. This is. I know that this is like uncomfortable for you in a way that only I know. I'm not saying this out loud. This is.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it at her.
They're not from here.
Undril kind of like gets up, stretches a bit, and she's like, well, we should probably get some sleep if we're gonna be moving through undead territory. You said we're heading west to Oceanstar?
That's the idea.
It's like, well, I was looking at some maps last night before, and I think we probably have a good 3 or 4 days travel to hit the river. But then again, I'm not a navigator, but it seems to me it's a little ways off. And from what I can see around here, this is undead territory.
Oh, I want to ritual cast alarm before going to bed. Because I can now. Woo!
All right.
Are we in undead territory right now?
Not right now. You were just in the edge of it when you Needle's Bones. Definitely moving west will move you very quickly into undead territory.
Are we sleeping up in the trees, guys? Are we in the trees or on the ground?
I generally prefer sometimes. If
is there a downside?
Yeah, sleep. I mean, I can get rid of
5% chance of falling out of the tree and breaking your neck in the night.
Not me.
No, just kidding.
Nah,
all right.
me.
Okay.
Anything else before bed, then, guys?
Nope. Just time for a normal, unbroken sleep. Just completely.
What's that word again?
What's that name?
Yaga, Rishika.
Baba Yaga.
Ziggy Zugu. Ziggy Zaga. Oi, oi, oi.
Buckman's lost his mind.
Are you actually asking me what the command word was?
Yeah.
It is. I say Yig Razik. Yig Razik.
Ring like that.
I'm pretty sure we're saying it different every session.
Good luck. That's what it is.
It changes every week.
Well,
now saying that out loud, did that actually bother anyone?
Nope.
No. Okay.
It did turn your ring on and off though. Bling, bling, bling. Creating a beacon in the night for all the flesh hot pod hornets. No, did not. The night passes without incident. A calm night, just the soothing chirping of cicadas and frogs.
And the undead.
No, it's a calm, refreshing night. You waken the next day with renewed purpose, ready to face all challenges.
I feel ready.
Let's
face all
challenges.
All challenges.
How fast do you guys want to go today?
I mean, considering that we're going on land, and this is heavy on dead territory, probably should, take it normal. Not try and rush.
I mean, if we go normal, all things go well, yeah, we should be pretty close to the next river.
Yeah, so what's the plan here? Are you guys planning on going like beeline towards the river that way? Because then that's only like a single day travel to get to the bank of the next river.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that then.
The fastest route back to the water.
Yes.
In theory.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay. Anybody changing their roles?
Yeah.
I'm not going to forge because undead territory that proves to be quite useless.
I'm going to commune.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
What are you doing?
Should we pick up our canoes?
Yeah, we'll carry the canoes.
Yeah, we got. Gotta lift those.
You muted, Lisa.
We came back to the canoes, so
Okay.
here I am.
Just making sure we didn't forget them. We go to like, oh crap.
Go to the next river.
I'm gonna
Oh,
go back.
fuck. Does anybody remember the
we have-
keys? No. Shit. Okay, what if you're not, what are you doing instead, Blackwind, if you're not foraging?
I was thinking about communing too, but
Yeah. Double the chance.
yeah, or
We've gotten some really good boons from
It-
communing, and we have a lot of
I mean,
the
two of you
coins.
doing it gives advantage on the roll. So
yeah, I was gonna say, I have +8 on my roll.
nice.
I have a feeling it might be harder in the undead territory than normal.
So you want
because
to you want to commune as well then?
Sure, let's work on it together.
Iku will stick with looking for food then, as well. If you're not going to, she's going to try. Undra will defend again. Anybody else changing what they're doing?
I'm looking for the nut, the waka nut.
Waka nuts? Okay.
The nut.
For the nut.
Wow. Let's excellent. Let's do it. Who's navigating then? Quillen.
That's Quillen, and is Archie. Yeah. Do not want to get lost here, so.
All right. Mapping. Scout. So who's scouting then?
Donaquin is scouting.
Donaquin's scouting for hazards. Ah, interesting role.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Undral's defending. I'm not going to make a roll unless it's necessary if there's an encounter. So I don't care about that right now. Foraging. Who's foraging?
Iku.
Iku and Jonah. So Iku's foraging for food. Let's see if she can feed you guys. No. She doesn't come up with anything. Jonah, forage for wakanut.
Damn. Oh my god,
Oh,
double ones.
Wowee!
No nuts here.
Ugh.
There are no
The
wakanuts
undead love
to be
eating those
found.
nuts.
Yeah,
No nuts.
that's too bad. All right, let's try. So whoever's got the better nature, wisdom is remember it's wisdom nature to commune with
Oh,
with.
nature. That would probably be. I was thinking survival.
Yeah,
Nature.
Well,
I'll
but
go
it's
+3.
wisdom.
it's wisdom
So-
nature.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but still, it would be 2 higher than that then. So +5.
Yeah, mine's. Oh, you're proficient in nature?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're slightly better than me.
Okay, so
Wisdom
Blackwind should roll
nature.
with advantage then.
So I'm just.
Unless you guys want to do it separately, that's your other choice. But
I would help Blackwin.
+2 to my nature roll, just so that it makes up for the.
If they do it separately and they both succeed, we would get 2 different sets of them. Is that correct? Or does it combine to just one? Summoning.
you've never done it
You
before.
don't know. It's true.
All right, Blackwind with a
I
20.
wanted a minimum. I wanted a minimum of 20 because I have a feeling it's harder.
All right. Let's see how this day goes for you guys.
Oh, what's the weather like?
The weather is normal for the season and no precipitation. So you guys will. Oops, what have I done? Let me show you the way. It's just
This is the way.
it's just heavy jungle giving way to light jungle as you reach the banks of the Soshin Star and leave undead territory. You don't get lost. So 1, 2, 3 gets you there on the banks at the end of the day. Undead territory, huh? That is not what I'm trying to do.
How many undead dinosaurs do you think we're going to run into?
1d6.
None, because Donegan spotted them and we're gonna avoid it completely. Haha.
Well, let's find out. Oh no.
2d10 undead dinosaurs.
Oh god.
Maybe we're going back to the port
There's
anyway.
the 1d6.
Oh no!
Get that wand ready.
Donequin, what did you get? You're looking for hazards, right?
An interesting roll. Well, I know.
Yeah. Okay. So Donequin, you zoomed out rapidly. As you reach the banks near the end of the day, as you reach near the banks of the Socian Star and are looking around for a suitable place to camp for the night, you find a beautiful spot right along the water that has it's clear, it's got good sight lines, fresh water, everything. But you're no fool, Donequin. It looks too good to be true, because you especially after your time in Nangalore and seeing some of the flora there, you recognize that wrapped around the tree branches around this clearing there are very dangerous looking vines, imperceptible to someone who doesn't know what they're looking for, but you've seen assassin vines before and are able to direct the party away and well past to find a different spot so nobody gets strangled in the night as you're sleeping.
Assassin vines.
Yeah. So, yeah, you are able to avoid that hazard. They are not ambulatory, so it's literally just don't sleep there and you're good to go. So it's easy thing to difficult to find, but you rolled pretty darn well again on your scouting, so you located them. Which
I told you.
That could have been pretty nasty, actually. Sleeping and having assassin's vine attack in the sleep. Like, you could easily just be choked out and just die in the tree. Wake up in the morning, have a couple people just hanging there. Anyways. You didn't, so good job. Chewingas.
Archie puts the alarm spell around her neck from now on.
Just put a necklace with a little silver bell around your neck.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Don't you think you'll notice if something lands on your head? Anyways, Chewingas.
So other people notice something on my head.
With a 20, communing all day, you find it very difficult to get in touch with the spirits of this land. You're right, Blackwind. It is difficult in undead territory. The taint of the undead and the wilting of the plants definitely seems to make it much more difficult to commune with the spirits of the land. But you and Aelin are able to combine your efforts, and you just barely succeed. And are able to summon a Chewinga who appears to you as the day comes to a close.
It's a little mangled zombie Chewinga.
Sickly looking one. I don't know if we can trust this one.
Yeah, it's kind of like a cracked mask and like kind of a brownish green skin instead of black.
You want a bone?
Just come into the dark area over here. I'll give you a bone.
They don't talk. It just sounds like organs, like a funeral organ, instead of bells.
It's even scarier because they don't talk.
I mean, they're like this tall, so they're not exactly frightening.
I think he's propositioning me.
Okay, Blackwind, give me a roll. Give me a D4, please.
Exactly what I wanted.
But nothing happened.
Oh, 4.
You got a 4.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh. Weird. I was just stuck. Okay, cool. Roll a d3, please. Or d6. You just roll a d6.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Hey, and 3. I want all the high numbers.
Okay,
Yeah.
roll a d4.
All right.
So
big money.
Cool.
Yeah. Keep it going.
The first thing that he will offer you, for the low cost of 20 coins, he shows you that he is, he kind of like creates like an image of like a little box with a question mark on it.
What's in the
box?
It's literally a loot box. You don't know what's in it.
I'll take 5 of them.
But he's offering. Gotta get that legendary. A legendary skin for my scythe. Makes Blackwind Scythe like a giant candy cane. Anyways,
somebody's skin.
We're playing Fortnite now, apparently. Yeah, but 20 coins for whatever's in the box. You don't know what it is because I don't think you guys have ever gotten this option from these things.
Nope. It could summon another Chwinga.
But that's the first thing it offers you. So let's see what else is on the menu. Roll another d3, d6. Roll a d10.
D10. Yeah. Oh, that one really bounced.
Oh, this is interesting. He shows you a so there's a variable cost to this, 1 to 10 coins. And he shows you what looks like a little person walking over to a tree, hopping into the tree, and seemingly appear somewhere else.
Ooh.
And he basically says he gives you a cost 1 to 10. You get the sense that it might be the further you go, the more expensive it is, but you're not really. It's not really clear on what the scale is on this, but he seems to be saying that you can transport via plants by spending 1 to 10 coins
per person.
I mean, do we think it's like 10 hexes?
Or like...
That's a good question. So there's another option. Roll a you rolled a 4? Jesus. Roll another d6. See what else he's got on the menu. Apparently you got the special Chwinga. That's got like a golden mask. Okay, interesting. Roll a d4.
Another loot box.
Yeah, another loot box.
You've gotten this one before. This is the advantage to the survival checks to navigate, forage, or scout, and can travel at a fast pace with no penalties, or a slow pace without losing time. Costs you 5 coins for that boon.
That's a real good one.
So it was forage, navigate, or scout?
Navigate, foraging, or scouting, and it lasts for 1 to 3 days and gives you an extra d4 on the checks. And you can travel without penalties at a slow pace without losing time, or a fast pace with no penalties.
That's really good.
Yeah, and that costs 5 coins.
Especially being out and all that stuff in the forest like we are already.
Yeah, and the traveling boons, if one person has it, the traveling boon counts for the party. But the individual boons, individual people need to have it.
Yeah, the pace is set for the party, but the rolls are per person if you want to get multiple rolls. And you get one more option. This guy, you rolled a 4. He's got 4, so another d6, Blackland.
Or d3, technically.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Roll another d6.
An actual d6?
I don't know if you've gotten this one before. You might have. For the cost of 10 coins, he can enchant you with, essentially he shows a picture of like a little person, that their hands suddenly kind of become like cat-like, and it shows them like walking along, and then suddenly they speed up and start climbing trees as if it's super easy for them.
Spider climb type thing.
We may have gotten this one before. Because I got some sort of climbing thing.
Oh, did you get this one before?
Maybe something because it was something to do with it was like, oh, I was gonna scout more because I could climb trees easily. For a
Oh,
couple
you're
days.
right. So you know what this actually does then? You've gotten it before. So it gives you climb speed equal to your movement speed, and it gives you +5 to movement speed. Just in general, +5, and it lasts for 7 days. So you get a climb speed +5 movement for 7 days, 10 coins. So those are the options.
Oh boy.
Do you guys want to spend?
I'm buying.
I want the
some-
mission.
The box.
Blue box.
Everybody wants the box.
Okay.
How many boxes
Right
do
away,
you have?
first, before we spend all of our coins on loot boxes,
Loot
is
box.
the transporting via plants. Are we just gonna stick to what we know and just skip that? Because we're
No,
getting
I
close
would-
to the river.
Donovan, do you want it?
I do want that one until I got stuff to do with the plants. I am going to try it from 1 to 10. I just haven't decided what number.
What
Okay.
I will sponsor you up to 10. I can give you some OMP if you want to do like a bigger number, but want to like save some money.
I still have quite a bit of as well.
Okay.
I have 87 OMP.
Well, I guess my question is do we all need to pay that to be teleported, or is it a
know what
single
it is.
person?
It shows
No idea what it is.
It might be something that we have to experiment with, because if it's actually the spell, then no, we shouldn't. Only one person should have to do it, but it might not work that way. So.
Yep, we don't know.
Yeah, we have no idea.
I guess my concern is one person using it, teleporting, and then being randomly out in the jungle all
You
alone.
won't be split up.
Okay.
Like, do you really think I'm going to allow that? Just split one person up? Chewinga stuff, I'll tell you this much, Chewinga stuff is always good.
Okay.
Blue box.
Who bought it?
17 loot boxes, please.
Guys, I need more OMP.
Do you take loans?
I'm having.
Let's go back to the
No,
port
I'm
and
good.
get the temple boon that gives us more.
I wonder if the number
I
means.
was gonna get that.
Give him your
and
armor.
then
Give him your armor.
when I was gonna get that, but when I died, I played the Temple of Sune to take my wound down from super serious, and I didn't have enough to get it anymore.
Oh.
So I was kind of hoping we were
So-
gonna go back in between, because I was like, oh, I could get that now, but it's better that we don't.
Yeah. Well, to make things simple for me, I'm just going to do the navigation one. I'll cover that for the party.
Okay. Blackwood, you communed with it. What do you want to? Do you want to use any?
I'm gonna go for the loot box.
You're gonna go for a loot box, okay? Aelin, you also conjured it. You gonna use any?
Yes, loot box and climb speed plus movement speed.
Oh, you want 2? Oh,
Yep.
Greedy.
Yep.
Just kidding. My player cam is frozen. I fixed it. So you want a loot box and the climb speed?
Yep.
Okay, so that's 30 you're spending.
Yep. And that'll
Okay.
put me at 50 OMP spent, if that matters.
Let's deal with that in a sec.
Sure.
So Blackwood loot box, Aelin climb loot box. Quillen wants the advantage to checks, so that's just 5 coins. Donaquin's gonna go with the plants, so that's 1 to 10 coins. Do you know how much you want to spend?
Let's go with 10.
Let's go with 10. Okay.
Why not? I don't know what it is. I also want a loot box.
You also want a loot box? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Party favorite.
All right. Jonah, you wanna anything?
I was going to ask Quillen how much his armor cost in OMP.
I think it was 50.
50. Yeah.
It was 50.
We're just
I will
gonna
buy
get
a
an
loot
Buy
empty
a
box.
We're
loot
totally
box.
just kidding.
If I hadn't sponsored his, I could have gotten 4 loot boxes.
We're totally just gonna get empty boxes.
Archie, are you
1 loot box.
1 loot box? Okay. Okay, so subtract and remember to make a note of how much total OMP you've spent so far, because I'm going to ask you that in a sec once we finish this.
I've been keeping track of everybody's as well.
Oh, look at you, note taker.
How dare you?
No,
Mine was
no
really
note
high.
taker over there. Okay, so let's roll through. So obviously the climb speed, the movement speed, they last 7 days. The survival checks and the extra speed boost lasts. Roll me a d6, Quillen. Where is it? 2 days. Of those bonuses and extra speed. Okay. We'll do the plant one at the end because yeah.
Oh, is it gonna it might be something that happens immediately.
Okay, so Quillen, you didn't get a loot box, right? No.
You muted, Brad. Okay.
Jonah got one, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you roll me percentile dice, please? As a small, like, kind of vine-covered box kind of just materializes on the ground in front of you.
Big number. No.
Okay. The loot box pops open. Inside.
It's a head.
Inside are 2 standard healing potions.
100 gold.
Yay! Just what I wanted.
Jonah's that kid who's just trying to be like, at Christmas, he got a present that's kind of shitty. Yeah, thanks, Grandma.
Donaquin, we'll go to you next. You bought a loot box, yeah?
Yep.
You roll me percentile dice. I know we're getting.
How do you do that, actually?
Oh, right-click the D10, and there's a percent option. Like down on your physical dice, if you right-click the D10. Yeah. Oh, ooh. Man, Sean. Interesting.
97.
I just have to. 97, Sean, you lucky bastard, you.
What's it gonna be? I got my two potions.
Like a ring of wish.
Yeah, Corey's like, nope.
Oops, that's the wrong. I'll do that again. I guess you guys can't see what I'm rolling anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Sure can't.
Or can we?
I rolled in the wrong thing. There it is.
The suspense is killing me.
It's a suspense.
Well played, sir.
Oh, like, where the hell? Sorry, I'm trying to. Oh, it's list. Okay. There it is.
Loot box. Yay. If one person gets something awesome for a loot box.
Oh, sorry, Sean, I need you to roll a d6.
Yeah, if this ends up being like something amazing, this is the whole campaign now.
Through the death curse.
Calling Chewingus.
Hey,
Fuck
come
the
here.
world.
Loot boxes.
We find out we have a gambling problem.
Okay, I totally hyped that up too much. I'm so sorry. But it's not bad. It's not bad. It's a potion. There's a potion of superior healing, and 3 +1 crossbow bolts.
Magic ammunition is just so. It's like. Oh.
I don't know.
I know.
I rolled on the table.
I know, unless it's like.
So I'll put those, not 20.
That's superior's pretty good though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember.
I just dropped them in the party sheet for you, Sean. That was what was in your box. Blackman, did you buy a box?
I did.
Okay, roll me percentile, please.
I got a box. What's in the box?
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
Hey, you got a face, Donnequin!
next one's 99.
Oh shit!
Let's go, baby!
What is happening? I'm rethinking my my
Ah,
tables now.
geez.
I'm just kidding. Can you roll me a d6, please?
Yeah.
Now that I have the proper tables
To be
open.
fair, that was the
Whoa,
reaction, and he
geez, I
got
just
3
bounced that
crossbow
right
bolts.
out.
So
Oh, I just love the fact that I just one up.
Well,
one up.
I mean,
Not
bear
much
in mind,
better,
you guys
but-
can trade items around if you.
I know. Just funny.
Mine.
It's bragging rights, Corey. That's what it is. Right.
Okay, I don't even know what this does. Let me look at it.
What is a deck of many things?
Just pull them all. I'm done.
The
No,
deck
isn't
of
there, like-
campaign destroyal.
isn't there like a bad version, extra bad version of the deck of many things? I could be wrong.
It's
I think
about
it's the deck of many things.
yeah. I think it's
Hard to get
roughly
worse.
50-50 though.
No, there's
I just thought there was like one that was all bad. No.
I think they did a new one in Tasha's. So maybe it's that one.
The other fun thing about the deck of many things is that it's like one of those things that most people implement in the real world and get.
Oh,
Pull
okay,
with
that's
the deck.
interesting. You find. What does this do? Oh man, this is good. Okay. Inside yours, there's still 2 crossbow bolt plus ones in the party sheet, by the way. You have to grab the one at a time. I'm so sorry. Inside there is a crimson liquid that pulses with a dull light like a heartbeat. It is a potion. You can identify these fairly quickly. This is a potion of vitality. When you drink this potion, it removes any exhaustion you are suffering, cures any disease or poison affecting you. For the next 24 hours, you gain maximum number of hit dice from any hit dice you spend.
Damn.
Potion of vitality. I mean, the exhaustion and disease poison removal is really good.
Yeah.
If you're having a real bad time with exhaustion. So a potion of vitality is what's in your box. That is a very rare potion, so it's pretty good. Okay. Archie, did you buy a box?
I sure did.
Percentile. You're gonna roll a 1. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. You can do it, Liz. 82.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
These high rolls.
Yeah.
80.
I'm not gonna lie. I almost read that as 000 too, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Oops, I'm on the wrong. Sorry, I know we're past the time. I'm almost done this.
Loot boxes.
Liz, can you roll me a D10, please? A 10. Can you re-roll that for me?
The one thing you didn't want.
Roll again. Roll again and add a +1 this time.
I'm selling this potion. 5,000 to 50,000 gold. Jesus.
2.
Of course, I go from a 10 to a 1.
You don't know if high is good.
High feels good. They're never gonna be like if you roll 1, you get 4 of these, but if you roll 10, you get 1. Like they don't build things that way.
Okay, Liz, you find. Actually, it's really. I love the fact that you rolled the number you rolled, because you find a scroll of Misty Step, and a scroll of Cloud of Daggers.
Oh, that's okay.
So congratulations.
Congratulations.
You rolled the bracket that gives you scrolls.
I
literally
got one that she just paid for.
I know.
Yeah, I paid 225 gold for that.
I'm well aware. I'm sorry.
You could sell it.
Well, you could sell it on something. It's like you got it for.
And it's a good spell. You can use it as a spell scroll.
All right, Aelin, did you get a loot box?
I sure did.
All right, roll the percentage, please.
Everyone but
Well.
Hey, guess what?
Can you roll
more scrolls for my sister?
Can you roll me a D10, please?
Roll 10, do a 10.
Roll a 10 and then a 1, please. Because that would be amazing.
Oops, that's clicked the wrong button.
I can't believe we got the same number.
What is this?
What are the odds of that?
What
Too hard
is
to tell.
this? I've never seen this before in my life.
I'm not a nice magician.
Well, that's interesting. I don't know. Maybe you'll find some use for it someday. You find a single scroll. It is a scroll. It is a don't go too fast on that one. It is a scroll of Conjure Volley. It is a 5th level ranger spell.
Yeah.
Sounds like a ranger scroll.
It is.
I don't know. It's magic.
I also have that one from earlier.
Remember, you can cast from scrolls without being able to. You just have to make a check to do so. So technically, Blackwind, you can use this. You just have to make a check to be able. It did DC 15 Arcana, so I know that's not good for you, but you can potentially use it.
Aelin will sell it to you for 20 OMP.
Oh. Yeah, I'm sure he'll get a lot of work out of this.
I have a similar spell right now in the Scroll of Conjure Barrage.
Yeah, this is the higher level version. So I mean, technically, Blackwind, you have like.
Oh, it's a good spell.
It is a good spell. It's not a bad thing. It's just really hard to cast because Blackwind's the only one that can. He's got a +1 to Arcana, so you'd have to roll a 14+ to be able to cast it. So you might as well take it, Blackwind, unless Aelin wants to hold on to it to sell later, maybe.
I feel like Blackwind will be holding on to it just as much, and if we get to the point where we can choose to sell it, then maybe we can. Otherwise, maybe it'll be useful.
A desperation, like, advantage roll.
Yep. Okay. Sorry, I'll wrap this part up. The Chwinga vanishes after the loot boxes. You can't buy more than one per person. But he will cast the transportation spell. So Donaquin, he leads you over to a tree, and in your mind, essentially, you can choose any direction from the hex you're in, and move up to 10 hexes in that direction instantly.
Nice.
But it has to be in a straight line. No, it doesn't.
Oh my God.
It doesn't have to be in a straight line. It can be any hex within 10 of your current hex. Any hex. But the only caveat is, you have to end in either jungle or swamp. Which is pretty easy to do, so you can't like teleport in the middle of the mountains, is what I'm saying.
The Shrine of Uptow is right there.
It's literally 10 away, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think the shrine is actually 9 away, I think.
Directly south.
The shrine is 9 away. Right.
It's 9 away, but it's got hot spring.
Sean's like,
and
into the ocean, we're going home!
Going home! Yeah. Remember how I said I wanted to go home?
You wanted to.
So yeah, you can fast track your all the way over there.
Jesus, Murphy.
The Shrine of Uptow, we lose 1, that's it.
Don't forget to bring the canoes.
We could go.
Run those canoes.
It takes your party. It's up to 10 individuals plus their gear can come with you. So.
I was wondering if the number of stuff meant. Did the number mean stuff?
How many
amount of people? Or
how many hexes?
Just the hexes and up to 10.
That's relatively cheap, considering it just warped us 10.
That's really cheap.
I think the downside is that you have to do it then.
Immediately.
Right then. You
don't have a choice.
Yeah. So, is that you want to do it? Poof.
Yeah.
I mean, saves your entire river trip, basically.
Yeah.
Does it have to be 2 or can it just take us to the shrine?
Well, hang on to your butts, everybody.
It's anywhere within 10.
Within
so
10, as long as you end
we
in
could go
jungle.
short if we wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah. So if we wanted to go to the shrine, we could definitely make it there for sure.
So, I guess we made it to the shrine by teleporting.
Ready to go.
I mean, you might as
No
well.
portal
It's
needed.
it's a safe place to rest. So
It's a point of interest, and we can test the portal.
The portal. We can leave the canoes there. They'll be safe for
Yeah.
our journey back if we want
leave
to.
something to market, but that would mean there'd be something
I
to
mapped-
open it there.
I did map really well through the shrine area, so we do have a very good idea of where it is.
There's
All right,
another question
well-
now. Do we ever want to explore that icy spot proper
well, let
one day?
as you guys take like the all kind of like touch the tree, in an instant you just kind of step out of another of the other trees into this clearing, assuming you're in the right spot and it didn't fuck with you. You assume that's where you are.
It's like the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now just real quick, I'm just gonna call out your name. When I call out your name, tell me how many total OMP you've spent this campaign.
If
Quillen.
you don't know, say you don't know.
I'm assuming you're talking per character, not per player.
It is per character, yes.
Okay, then shit.
It's the 5 you just spent.
It's the 5 I just spent is probably the only ones I've spent with a Chewinga.
Okay.
Yeah, the rest went into your armor.
Yeah. Okay. Jonah, how many?
How much lives? Because I have 150, but I don't know if I just wrote that down wrong.
Oh, I have you as spending 33.
Okay, well, I think I just wrote that down wrong.
Yeah. Jonah.
So I'm up to 53 then, right?
Or is that including what he just spent?
Mine included this one. Yeah.
Okay,
So I might
plus,
have missed something. It was 13 plus the 20, but it's possible I missed
I
it.
added an extra 0 somewhere, so that makes
There
sense.
you
13. Oh yeah. Okay. 130. 13. Yeah. So you're at 33. Okay.
Yep.
Don Quinn, how much have you spent?
Have I spent any else before this, Lisa?
Yeah, I've got you at 25 now. Wait.
Well, it can't be
So
25
no.
last. I just spent 30.
I had you at 25.
So I'm at 55.
You're at 55. Okay.
55 total, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Blackwind, how many?
I have 30 spent.
30. Archie, how many?
35.
Okay. Aelin, how many?
50.
Okay. Any character who is at 25 or above, you gain +1 to max hit points.
Oh.
Permanently?
Yep.
Oh.
So if you're at 25 or above, +1 to max hit points. If you're at 50 or above, you can write down you have 1 elemental ward charge.
What is
The hell is that?
You can expend the charge as a reaction to gain resistance to an elemental damage for 1 hour. As a reaction, you can choose the element and gain resistance to it by expending that charge. Sorry, if you're at 50, you also get another +1 to max hit points.
Yeah, boy.
So you guys kind of step through this tree and you feel like this, just like this magic coursing through you as you gain these boons and gain these and spend the coins, and find yourself transported, reaching the far side. Quillen and Archie, as this magic well, actually Quillen, you didn't gain anything because unfortunately you're a new character. But Quillen, you will notice as these coins kind of like evaporate into the people's pockets, you notice this, and Archie, you will feel something. Archie, you feel like as you reappear in this grove, you feel like it's much lighter, but it feels like something like tugging at you, like picking at your clothes or picking at your hair or something, and it just kind of feels like you feel really good, but then you feel it's like almost like pinching, like someone's like grabbing at you, but then it subsides, and you feel really good afterwards. Quillen, you will notice small wisps of like tiny, almost imperceptible black kind of like tendrils seeping off of people. and disappearing rapidly. You're the only one that sees that.
That can't be good.
Or it's really good because whatever that blackness is leaving.
Does it remind me of what I noticed when I was making my armor?
It does. Yep.
Okay.
But you appear outside of the shrine. The shrine is there, and the Chwinga is no longer with you. It is still night, so you guys would probably go to bed down for the night. We will wrap the session here. I know we went long and longer than I wanted to, but I wanted to get through those rolls. So we'll end here as you're much closer.
When you introduce even the concept of loot boxes,
after we talked about it,
you got to know that you're playing with.
I just love that it came up right after you guys talked about it. I'm like, I totally didn't plan this. I knew it was always a thing. It was always been a thing, but.
Quick question, Corey. Is the Elemental Ward essentially the absorb element spell, but for an hour instead of 1 round?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
so
still get the bonus to your damage then?
No.
Did you say it was
no, it's just
action?
the resistance. It's a
reaction.
A reaction to being struck by an element. You can expend the charge and gain the resistance.
That's really good. Wow, that's really good.
Yeah. So we'll wrap up here. I apologize for going long. So let's real quick run through our round table. Sean, you want to go first?
Sure. Like I say, the episode and all stuff was really good. Like I said, I felt a couple of the times when we were making decisions, like with the guy in the bar, and like with the portal, took probably a little bit longer and all that stuff than it could have, and that. But other than that, it was a good session. It flowed well, and that the combat was kind of cool, things like that, and Twinga stuff and traveling was awesome at the end. So yeah, like I said, I didn't have any. No thorns, that it's good.
Okay, John.
I really liked at the end doing all the Twinga stuff was really fun. Yeah, the gain to get some treasure map was pretty good. Marlene Thorn would be at the beginning, like the portal. Wasn't my favorite way for that to go down, so I would put that as a thorn.
Really?
Okay. Blackwind, Ryan. Sorry, I call you by character's name.
Yeah, no, I love the loot box chance, and then just the crazy rolls that kind of came up.
Yeah.
The same numbers, and then like just 97 and 98.
Yeah.
I don't know who did the idea of the food for the fish, the excess food, but I want to give inspiration for that, for the good idea.
Was that Sean?
I think that was Andre.
It wasn't me also for the food idea. My idea also to talk to the fish and things like that also.
It was Sean. Sean wanted to talk to the fish. Andre, I think.
Well, it was Sean talking to the fish, and then being like, "Yeah, we just like food." Well, oh shit, we have a ton of extra rations.
Yeah. Well,
Donna Quinn's full on inspiration anyways, so we'll give Dalen then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, good thinking on that part, just to use the excess what we had. And yeah, just like that we found. Well, not we, but technically it's Quillen has discovered the secret of this. We found it. Sort of.
What secret, he says?
Yeah, I know.
You got her. Awesome. Liz?
Yeah, it was good, except for me forgetting I was muted every single 2 seconds. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I want to thank Sean for reminding me I was muted every 2 seconds.
I saw those little texts. You're muted. You're muted.
I know. Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, my thorn's kind of the same with Jonah with the portal thing. I don't know. We were planned and we figured it, and then it just kind of went, and that was a little frustrating. But everything else was really, really good. I want to give inspiration to Brad for the divine sense, celestial revelation, and just also how you reacted to it in character was really great too.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
How do you not stare at a bright star like that?
My no.
Brad, what do you? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, good stuff.
Every time.
I thought, finally getting Iku in the party is great. Been curious about her for a while and didn't disappoint. Clearly, there's something going on with her, and that'll be fun to unpack. Yeah, obviously the idea that the Twingas can give us all kinds of even more crazy shit is exciting, just from this is a game perspective, and that's just fun. So yeah, loved it. Good stuff.
Andre.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Like Brad, I'm excited to have Iku with the party. I think, like all of the NPCs so far, she's a really interesting character, even without whatever this big secret is. So, I think there's more depth to plumb there. I thought I didn't know what to expect with Needle's Bones, and I still felt like we came away from it like it wasn't what I expected, even though I didn't know what to expect. So that was definitely interesting. I like that we just we got in, we figured it out, we got out. Same with all the sort of jungle travel stuff. We've really just got a good sense of it, and then obviously love the loot box stuff. That was just chaos and fun. And I want to give inspiration to Archie, because I felt like her sort of lecture to Blackwind felt very much appropriate for sort of her new mindset and kind of where things are. I felt like it was just a strong character moment.
And I forgot inspiration to Jonah for attempting to get Iku on board with the game. But
failing miserably.
Yeah.
I will say, after that moment you're talking about, Andre, Mom went, "Who's Blackwood? Dude, who's playing Blackwood? What's happening?"
Ooh, drama.
What did he do?
Yeah, good. Well, for me, I thought it was good. I liked it. I'm glad that you guys decided to take. I like how you guys handled the interactions with Marius. I thought that was good.
Oh yeah, that was great. Yeah, that was great too.
I do. No, it's good. So far, I like how you guys have interacted with Iku. I love Brad. I love the fact that you just went along with it and didn't just like blow the lid off it to the party so far. So that was great. I'm glad that you took either way it would have gone down differently, but I just like that you ran with it like that. So thank you. Just makes the inevitable betrayal that much. I mean, you knew, Quillen, you knew. No,
it would be on point for Brad and his character. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I like that. I liked how you. I mean, you. Let's be honest. You guys rolled really well and had really good ideas for how to deal with Needle's Bones. Like you kind of got in and out, figured it out, found the thing, unlocked the thing, got the stuff, and we're out of there. And like, I was just like, okay, well that was easy. Felt easy to me. Like, I don't know if you guys were expecting more challenge there or something, but yeah. And then
I'm not totally sure what I expected, honestly.
Right.
Well, I will say this from a meta perspective. Bearing in mind that the Needle's Bones was kind of like the quest that you could have got like right off the bat with if you took Ferrul and Gondolo. It's not that far from the port, so it's kind of like you could have done that as your first expedition. So I was like, I thought about souping it up, like making it harder, like level appropriate, and I was like, maybe not. Like, why would it be? Why, like, not everything has to be like this crazy hard, like epic battle thing, and
it still got some drive-by treasure hunt.
Yeah, and I thought it was nice. And the loot boxes, I was waiting because you guys haven't, in general, you guys haven't really interacted with the Twingas too much. Like you've communed like maybe like once an expedition, got a few things. And I'm really glad that you saw some more potential in the value of what the OMP could bring you. So it's not just like a trivial thing. Although there seems to be some sort of story stuff related to this too. It's not just
there's something about these coins, y'all.
But I love that you did it, and I love the fact, just from my DMing perspective, that you guys were able to teleport through transport. via plants. I was like, yay! And I don't have to roll like 5 more days of travel just to get them to where they were before. So that was awesome, just from a meta perspective for me. I was like, yes, we're right there now. It's new stuff again.
Well,
Anyway.
because
This is pretty much where we were heading.
One of the options that we did kind of nix because we thought it might be a little bit too risky was, you know, it could be faster to go back to the port anyway because we think that there's a good chance that the blue portal takes us there.
Yeah.
But we decided, you know what? Let's just take the river. We know what we're getting into, as opposed to the blue portal theoretically could take us in the totally opposite direction.
Yeah.
Now we can mark it and or leave something there obvious.
Yeah.
Well, we could go into the shrine and see if there's a way
I
to
mean, that's
open
what we're
that blue
staying
portal.
the night. We're staying the night in the shrine.
Oh,
There's no reason to stay outside.
We know it's safe.
Yeah. I don't think we detected magic in there, and I think isn't that how we found it?
We were pretty low back when we got through it the first time. You know, yeah.
But we'll find out what is it the right room? Is there something else to find? We'll find out next session. So we'll wrap it here. It did go long. I apologize, guys, but it was fun. So we'll end tonight's session here. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Magic Mythal Tomb of Annihilation. We do live stream Sunday nights 4 p.m. Pacific time, and I will post these sessions up on YouTube as well. If you enjoy watching these or spending the time, give us a follow, turn on the notifications. You'll see when we go live, and you'll never miss an episode. Thank you, and thank you to all of my players. Until next time, have a great night.
Everybody.